Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Rev, and today I'm going to be walking you guys through the trial of one. I know a few of you guys out there still struggle with this a little bit, so I'm going to be making this tutorial for you guys to maybe help you out a little bit if other videos out there haven't. I'm going to be going through every single mob, step by step, how to beat them, and hopefully it helps you guys out. If you guys like the video, make sure you like and sub, join the Discord, and let's get straight into it. Alright, so the first step is obviously going to be getting to the actual trial, and I think it's actually pretty easy. And the best way to do it is by spawning in the Isle of Vigils, and this is obviously if you haven't ever been to mini Tirsa before or done trial before. And the easiest way is on screen as I'm showing you right now. Just follow the exact path I'm showing you from Isle of Vigils spawn, and then you'll get there just easy peasy. And then once you beat the angels in the trial, you'll actually unlock a new spawn location for that slot, which is mini Tirsa, which helps a lot with doing trial again in the future. Okay, so we finally made it to the trial. Now the very first trial is going to be a shower of white orbs that come flying at you, okay? And once this starts, you're just going to want to hit F. I like to watch this very specific spot in the top right of my screen and angle myself in from the center of the arena. And I think this is the easiest way I found to do it for me. And once it gets to the fast part where it starts getting like really repetitive, and there's not really much time between the bursts of fire, you're going to want to just spam F. It's the easiest and most consistent way to get this done. You don't want to overthink it. Legit, just start spamming F and you will get through it just fine and maybe lose 20% to a quarter of your HP at most. Okay, so the next trial is going to be the Sharko, alright? And the Sharko is going to be a little bit more complicated than just clicking F, however it's not that hard. Every time he swings, you're going to want to parry and then parry a second time. And this is because he can do 2 swings in rapid succession, which is very hard to react to unless you're experienced, and I wouldn't recommend trying to react to it. Simply parry a second time right after the first one, and especially if you know the tempo of the second swing, try to get used to that. And then if he doesn't swing a second time, then he will kick. Okay, and if he doesn't kick, then you can swing 1 time, and I wouldn't swing more than 1 time. But if he does kick, then you can get 3 hits in. If he swings a second time and you parry, that's 2 hits. So when he finishes combo with a swing, that's 2 hits. When he finishes with a kick, that's 3 hits. When he kicks, the combo is always over. These are a lot of rules to remember, a lot of things, a lot of information for you guys to like think about, but that's how you do a Sharko, okay? So every time he kicks, roll it, do 3 hits. Every time he ends with a swing, parry, 2 hits. Alright, so he starts off with a swing, parry, then parry again, just in case he does a second swing. No second swing, then then wait for a kick. And then if he kicks, then dodge, roll 3 times. If he doesn't kick, hit him 1 time. If he swings twice, hit him twice. Okay? If he just swings, or if he just does 1 kick and that's it, like a kick out of nowhere, which is possible, which is why it's most important to watch for it, then just roll and then 3 hits. That's how you do a Sharko. Alright guys, so the next trial is going to be the Stone Golem, who has 5 attacks and he's subjectively way more simple than the Sharko. He has the downward slam, which is parryable, the kick, or rather the stomp, which is parryable as well. Then he has a 1-armed bash, which you must roll or else it will break your block. It's not parryable. He has a spinning attack, and he also has a beam attack. The beam attack you have to long roll or else it may hit you. It's kind of weird and buggy that way. You can technically dodge it, but it's, again, like I said, it's super strange. And then the spinning attack, you can either opt to run all the way away from, or you can spam parry and M1 at the same time and get hits off while he's spinning on you. So it's really up to you. All of his attacks are extremely readable, especially when you only do 2 M1s after every single attack. If you do 3, you might cut it close depending on Roblox latency, and you might end up getting hit and dying. So I would only recommend you do 2 hits after every attack. You can get sneak in a couple if he starts a beam charge up, or starts charging up a whirlwind or whatever, the spinning attack. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. You just want to read the attacks, 2 them once after every single one, sneak in a few when you can. If he spins, you can get some while he's spinning if you want to do that, or just full run and play it safe and save your HP. And that's pretty much it. It should be worth noting that if you do end up running from him, if you have any distance between him and you, he will most likely start a beam attack, which can be annoying, or if you like it, then you like it. But yeah, that's pretty much it about Golem. It's pretty simple, it's pretty easy. Okay, so the Thresher is actually another pretty interesting trial of one enemy. For the very beginning, you're going to want to stand right next to the middle square, just like I did. This is going to cause him not to burrow right off the gate, which is really annoying. It lets you get a good parry trade off right in the very beginning. And so these are his attack patterns. He has a double swing down when he stands up and swings down twice. He has a triple bite where he bites and then bite. So that's an interesting rhythm you have to get used to. And then he has a tail swipe, which is also kind of a mix-up, which you have to get used to. And then he also has a burrow ability where he chases after you underground and then pops out. And so the double downswing, you're going to want to parry. Pretty simple. You get used to the rhythm. The tail swipe is going to be a pause and then parry. It can mix a lot of people up. If you mess up the parry, try to dodge. And then if he does the bite, you're going to want to parry. When he's chasing you burrowed underground, you're going to want to do a long roll after the first red dot shows up. Now, it can be a little bit weird or, buggy because the red dot burrow moves are always super strange, especially when it comes to King Threshers. However, for this one, it should work 99% of the time. And I think it's also really important for you guys to note that after every attack, only try to get 2 M1s in. Don't try to sneak in a third one, just play it safe and get 2 M1s, and then you're good to go. Okay, now time for the first part of the trial, which poses a much bigger threat. Okay, these angels are, up to opinion, the hardest part of the entire trial, considering that their animations can break, lots of RNG can happen. They can literally do combos that actually can't be done, like legitimately, they're actually just straight up cheating. So sometimes the angels can just kill you, but usually you can beat them. Alright, and this is how you do it. So if you start off by swinging at the center, you can sometimes choose a combo. Don't really worry about it too much, but this is how you go on a parry trade with them. So when they hit you, you want to parry it, right? And if they hit you, you parry and then you swing on them. And if they parry you, then you wait and then you parry them. And if they block you, then you wait and then you parry them. Even if they block, you want to wait and parry, because if you swing and they swing, they'll hit you first. Okay? So swing, hit them. If they block you, wait, parry, and it's great because usually only one of them will come at you at a time. Alright? And so you want to fight just that one, and then swing on his block, hit it, wait, parry, swing, parry, swing, parry, swing, parry, until eventually you'll either block break him, or you'll hit him or something. And if you hit him ever, you swing again. And that's just their general rule of thumb, okay? If they do a critical, you want to parry it. If they do an M1, you want to parry it. If they, do the jumping sky attack, you want to parry it. Now, sometimes when you flourish them, they'll switch out, and you just want to be patient, stand back, play it cool, and just parry M1, parry M1, parry M1. If you hit them ever, M1, M1, M1. Try to flourish, but if they do end up parrying or blocking at any point, just wait and then parry or block their move first. This is the best way to do angels I've found by far. It's the easiest way, it's the most consistent way. Don't do anything greedy. It is possible to parry critical. If you want to mix those in, be my guest, but they oftentimes roll backwards, so it's less consistent in my opinion. But you can break their posture sometimes, especially when they're low on posture, and then get a flourish off and get a kill. You are going to want to focus on one at a time. If the animations break, make sure you stay calm, collected, and just try to predict the rhythm. I do it here, and so yeah, that's basically it. Other than that, just stay calm, parry trade perfectly, and then you will be able to do angels very consistently. Again, parry M1, parry M1, parry M1. No matter what happens, parry M1, and if they get hit, then keep hitting them. And that's how you do angels. Okay, now we're on to the Enforcer part of the trials. Now, the Enforcer is another pretty simple enemy, surprisingly simple. Not as hard, not as RNG as many of these other ones. It comes down to parry trading, just like the Angels, except there's only one and it doesn't do impossible combos. So it is subjectively much easier than the Angels. So the Enforcer is going to M1 you. If you stand right here, you want to stand close to him as well. Again here, so there's no weird funky pull that he does. There's no surprises. Stand up close and personal, right at the very start, right by the square where he spawns on. And then when he M1s on you, simply parry and then M1 him. And then if he gets hit, then wait, then parry. You never want to M1 more than one time against Enforcer unless his posture breaks or his or he comes. He has like a weird stagger mechanic as well, but we're not gonna talk about that here. Basically, when his posture breaks, you can get in a second hit as well. So you just want to M1 parry, M1 parry. If he feints you, you're gonna have to dodge it, and he will feint you more than likely. So you're gonna. This is how the pattern goes. Basically, the rotation between you guys, the trade. You M or he. Let's start off with his M1 because you're gonna want to wait for his M1. Actually, well, technically, you can get the first M1 in if you just hit him right when he spawns in. But he M1s you, you parry. You M1 him, he parries. He M1s you, you parry. That's usually that's like a very default parry trade. I don't know why I said all that. But if he M1s you and then feints, then he's gonna M1 again. Then you dodge. Then you M1. If he gets hit by it, then you wait and you parry the next thing. Even if he gets hit by it, okay. If you hit his block, then you wait and then you parry him. No matter what, you only M1 once. Then if his posture breaks, you get a second M1 in. It's that simple. You can technically do a critical attack instead of an M1, but it's not worth doing in my opinion. It's less consistent and it can throw you off, it can throw everything off. So I would just consider like staying with just M1s, but it's up to you. And so yeah, after that, the Enforcer is pretty simple. If you do get kicked away, he can do a spin, in which case I would just run away from him. If he pulls you, don't parry, panic parry. You just sit there, wait, and then when he M1s you, parry, and then if he feints you, dodge. It's really that simple. That's how you do Enforcer. Okay, now we're moving on to the Sand Knight. Now this is actually one of the easiest enemies in the trials, surprisingly, despite it coming out this late. It's actually kind of hard. It is hard to learn, but actually there's a pretty easy method to him, and that is simply roll everything. He will never do his ranged attack if you're never ranged. So start off with close to him as always, and every attack, everything he does, do a full roll to the right. It's really that simple, and it will dodge everything. When he swings, you'll full roll it, and then he has a chance to swing a second time, in which case you parry it and then hit him 3 times. So the rotation here is really just full roll to the right every single time. If it's a swing, then wait, and then see if it's a second swing, and then parry. If there's no second swing, then just hit him once, and then wait, and then roll again, obviously. And if it's the downward column summon thing, then you're going to want to roll, and then hit him twice. If it's the kick, roll, hit him twice. If it's the swing, then like I said, you can technically roll, swing, parry for the swing, but Roblox latency can screw you over there. So my suggestion is just to play it safe. And yeah, it's really just roll, and then just throw in some M1s after attacks. Again, for the kick, you want to do 2. For the M1, for the 2 swings, the double swing, you want to do 3. For the 1 swing, you want to do 1. For the kick, you want to do 2, and then for the column summon, you want to do 2 as well. And obviously, you want to play this one by like how it feels. You'll get a feel for it. If you feel like you can't do more than 2, then don't do more than 2. If you can feel like you can do more than 2, then do more than 2. You know, if you feel like you can do none at all, then don't do any. You will get a feel for it, and just follow your instinct. And then the golems become very easy once you realize you can just roll everything he does. Now this second to last trial is just going to be the white orbs. Again, they're just constantly coming at you. It's not difficult. Stand in the middle and spam F, and then you will easily pass this one. It's pretty self-explanatory. And now for the last trial, you're going to want to stand back. You're going to want to parry the very first barrage of white orbs, and then what you're going to want to do during this fight is treat it like a normal Sharko fight, except you want to ignore everything except for parrying the orbs and dodging the kicks. When there's no kick and no orbs, then you want to be hitting the Sharko. He dies in just a few swings. The clip I'm showing you right now is a very, very rough version of me doing it. I've done it before and lost less than a bar of HP, or like less than 20% HP. But essentially, you want to just parry the orbs, M1 him, and dodge the kicks. Okay, so that means you have to pay attention to the Sharko's patterns, what he's doing. If you notice that he just did 2 swipes, then you know you can get, 2 or 3 more hits in right there. Make sure you're pairing the orbs because those do a lot of damage. Ignore his swipes, and then you'll be good to go. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this tutorial on how to do the Trial of 1. I might be doing more in-depth videos on some of these enemies in specific and in particular, so that you guys get a more in-depth review on it and shorter videos, so you guys can go watch those as well when I do start releasing those. I also think I will be doing a no commentary example, just posting a raw gameplay footage of me doing Trial of 1, so you guys can see that, and that might be easier to work with as well instead of having my voice in the background and everything. But regardless, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, all those usual things. I'm getting back into YouTube, as I said. Join my Discord, follow me on Twitch, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.